Ever since the birth of pandemics came about, everyone got hit by the Rona. People that know that is called Corona, COVID-19 to some of you, and a lot of businesses have just went into shackles, and a lot of brands have also been confused as to how they're going to orchestrate their lives and actually run their business on a day-to-day basis. That's why I brought this show called Marketing in the New World, proudly brought to you by New World Digital Media. And let me introduce myself before I go too far. My name is Herbie Sahwai. Some people might know me as Cosmic Indiego, and I am a South African media personality and an entrepreneur. But most importantly, I am the CEO and founder of New World Digital Media. So, let's get straight into it. The first thing that I'm always going to do now, moving forward, every single day, I'll drop you guys bits and pieces of content so you guys can stay glued on my social media. So the marketing in the new world will be dropping every single day just to give people advice, free advice on how to market their business or how to market their brand and how to market essentially in any industry that they are in. Because the one fact that we can't argue with is that marketing is everywhere. But primarily today, we're going to be focusing on clothing brands. And from experience, because my company has been running for the past 5 to 6 years, from experience, I've noticed that a lot of brand owners, especially clothing brand owners, don't know what they're doing exactly. Because they would call me up for my services thinking that they need just a PR shoot, or they need a PR package, or they need just a marketing campaign, and that's it. Not even realizing that the whole concept of their brand is not correct. So I'm going to take this opportunity to just give you guys free advice, uncapped, unfiltered, just to make sure that you guys also take some value and actually grow your brands on a day-to-day and reach your success and your goals. So, like I did say earlier on, we're going to be focusing on clothing brands today, and there's going to be 3 major steps that you guys need to follow. And this is something that I've observed from each and every clothing brand that I've worked with for the past 5 years. And they all make the same mistake: not listening to me. Jokes. I'm kidding. Right. So, step number 1: quality over quantity. A lot of brands tend to think, okay, so I'm going to start a brand, right? So I'm going to put aside a budget of at least, I don't know, 5K or 6K and just print out as many t-shirts as I can, and print out as many hats as I can, and print out as many pants as I can. And in most cases, they only sell like a solid 10% of those and give the rest to their friends and family or their partner and hope that they can market the brand, knowing very well that not even your closest aunt has the greatest influence. So it doesn't really make a difference. So when you go and plan your entire brand project, make sure that everything is strategized. So before you actually print out all your clothing and the pieces of clothing that you're actually going to need, make sure that you do market research, right? You have to make sure that you go to all the warehouses and all these places and spots everywhere in your local area where they actually knit and sell fabric and all of that stuff. Do your due diligence. Make sure that you know every single thing and make sure that you get quality. So even if you're going to print out at least 10 tops, you already know that, okay, these are 10 tops, but they are quality. So next time or the first time or the first customer that I have, if I sell it to them, they won't have issues and complications of, why is this thing like this? Oh my God, I don't like this. I don't understand this. And how much is this? And why is it that much? Your quality is going to speak for itself. So always make sure that you invest in all the right places. Make sure that you invest in the right fabric. Super important, because a lot of people tend to waste their time getting quantity and then ending up with so much dirt in their garage with the failed brand and things that just never work out. Okay? So please, before you actually start your brand, make sure that you do your research. Go check the best qualities when it comes to fabric. Make sure that you already know your design and how you want it structured and the longevity of your brand also, because a lot of people tend to take out brands and then in like 6 months the logo fades. Cringe. It makes me cringe. But yes, super important. And then step number 2: figure out your unique selling point. For those people that do not know the term unique selling point, it basically means the one thing about your brand that you can bottle and sell. And you already know that people will definitely like this because they relate to it. So you have to make sure that your unique selling point is relatable. to the market. So when you create your brand, sit down, board everything down, write everything down, and say, okay, this is my brand and this is what it means and this is what it represents. So make sure that it actually has a message and it's not just a very like fugazi brand that doesn't even make sense to anybody, and you just thought it was cool when you were at that one party with your friend and you guys were drunk and decided to just start a brand and just bam, now all of a sudden you guys are brand owners. Don't do that to yourself. You're wasting your cash, honestly. So make sure that you understand your unique selling point. So sit down, ask yourself, what's so unique about my brand? What's that one thing that I can bottle about the brand and sell? So even if I don't take out content or I don't take out any marketing kit for the product, people will literally search for it because they'll want something that speaks to them, something that represents them. So if you are an antisocial person, you can look at brands like Antisocial Club, Antisocial Social Club, all of that stuff. See, that's just a primary example from a South African brand. And then the third, and it's super important, it's the last one, and I need you guys to stay focused right now. Be with me, okay? Focus on your demographic. In other words, know your target market, okay? Fully understand them, study them, be them. Understand that, okay, if I'm this kind of person, I would definitely wear my brand because this is why. Because now a lot of people tend to flop with their sales by marketing their brand in places or to people that have nothing to do with their brand message, which is social suicide firstly and brand suicide. Building a reputation is super important. That's why it's super important that you study your demographic and make sure that you know exactly who you're selling to and why they would buy your brand. Okay? Super important. I've seen a lot of clients that came to me and decided to sell luxury brands in very like middle class areas, which to me was super confusing because their prices would be so high and they wonder why they're not making sales. And I would literally tell them, it's plain and it's simple. You're selling in the wrong place. You're selling to the wrong people. And only then they get the rude awakening of, oh my God. Because now you have to also think about, if you actually realize that I'm selling to the wrong people, this is why my sales aren't going great, I need to shift into a better market, okay? And sometimes some people might actually realize that maybe you don't even qualify to go into that market. However, that's where your brand is visioned towards. That's where you actually want to go. So that's when you have to start making more research and actually find out that industry that you're trying to sell to, what do they want? Okay, so they'll obviously want quality, they'll want longevity, they'll want a message behind the brand and all of that stuff. So it's super important before you start a clothing brand to follow these 3 steps. Number 1, always make sure that it's quality over quantity. Number 2, figure out your unique selling point. Anything about your brand that you can bottle and sell. And then number 3, focus on your demographic. In other words, know your target market. Alright, that's it for today's episode. Tomorrow I'll drop you guys a new episode. You guys can check out my social media or follow at official NWDM_ZA for the latest. And we're always going to just talk about engaging with you guys, trying to figure out what you guys want to know about certain brands. And if you guys have any questions and inquiries, you can hit us up. The information will be down below in the description box. Or if you want a private consultation because you have a specific mandate for your brand and certain things that you want us to assist you with, be it marketing or brand development, you can definitely hit us up on the information below on the description box. So, like YouTubers always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so you can be updated the next time we upload a new episode. Please do not forget, this is Marketing in the New World, brought to you by New World Digital Media. And my name is Herbie Sahwai. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Marketing in the fucking New World.